Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota recently made headlines by expressing support for abolishing the Electoral College. Walz argued that the Electoral College is undemocratic and undermines the principle of one person, one vote. He stated that it's time for the United States to elect presidents based on the popular vote. The Electoral College has been a subject of debate since its inception. Minnesota, with its 10 electoral votes, could play a decisive role in the 2024 election. The debate over the Electoral College is ultimately about the nature of American democracy. In the aftermath of Governor Walz's comments, his campaign sought to clarify his position on the Electoral College. They emphasized that while the governor believes the system is flawed, he respects the Constitution and the legal process for amending it. Despite the campaign's attempt to soften his stance, Walz's comments have reignited the debate over the Electoral College. His words have resonated with those who believe the system is in dire need of reform. On the other hand, those who support the Electoral College view his comments as another example of what they see as an attack on American traditions. The back and forth between Walz and his critics highlights the complexities of the Electoral College debate. To fully grasp the current debate, one must journey back to the framers of the Constitution. They established the Electoral College in 1787 as a compromise. The Electoral College comprises 538 electors allocated to each state based on its representation in Congress. A candidate needs 270 electoral votes to win the presidency. Critics argue it undermines democratic representation. The Electoral College has resulted in several instances where the candidate who won the popular vote lost the election. This occurred in 2000 with Al Gore and George W. Bush, and again in 2016 with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. These instances have fueled arguments that the system is undemocratic and susceptible to manipulation. The debate over the Electoral College centers on two main arguments: those who believe it should be abolished and those who support its preservation. Opponents of the system contend that it undermines the principle of one person, one vote, as the winner of the popular vote can still lose the presidency. They argue that it gives disproportionate power to swing states, diminishing the influence of voters in less competitive states. Proponents of the Electoral College argue that it protects the interests of smaller states, preventing a few large states from dictating the outcome of presidential elections. They contend that it promotes national unity by requiring candidates to build broad-based support across different regions of the country. The debate over the Electoral College often becomes entangled with partisan politics. This partisan divide reflects the broader polarization within American society. Public opinion on the Electoral College is divided, reflecting the broader partisan split on this issue. A 2020 Gallup poll found that 61% of Americans support abolishing the Electoral College and electing the president by popular vote. However, support for reform varies significantly by party affiliation, with Democrats overwhelmingly in favor and Republicans largely opposed. Changing the Electoral College faces significant legal and political hurdles. Amending the Constitution requires a two-thirds majority vote in both houses of Congress and ratification by 3/4 of the states. Despite the challenges, several movements are working to reform or abolish the Electoral College. One such effort is the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact, an agreement among states to award their electoral votes to the winner of the national popular vote. The debate over the Electoral College is likely to intensify as the 2024 election approaches. The future of the Electoral College remains uncertain. While public support for reform is growing, the legal and political obstacles to change are formidable. One potential outcome is that the Electoral College remains in place, but with some modifications. States could reform their own systems for allocating electoral votes, such as awarding them proportionally based on the popular vote within the state. Another possibility is that the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact gains enough state support to take effect. This would represent a significant shift in how presidents are elected, effectively rendering the Electoral College irrelevant. The debate over the Electoral College is ultimately a debate about the values and principles that underpin American democracy. As the United States grapples with these questions, the fate of the Electoral College hangs in the balance, its future uncertain, but its impact on American politics undeniable.